Hello, my name is Michael Burke. I am your English teacher, and I will be the professor for the 3-week course that we are taking this summer from the 19th of May, a Tuesday, through the 7th of June. I'm going to talk a little bit about what the assignments are and kind of how the course is going to be structured. I'll show you what the textbook looks like, and then I will email this out to you, and then you can email me back with any questions that you have. I've made a quick list of things that we're going to do. Uh, Here's my contact information. We'll start, like I said, on Tuesday. I'm going to do a class every day from 9 until 10 a.m. And I'm going to expect everybody to log in to Blackboard Collaborate. I'll send a link out to do that. I know that some of you will be working this summer, and so my assumption is that you won't be able to attend every class. So I'll record these sessions and make sure that they're posted to Blackboard. Okay. Everything that we do in our course will be done through Blackboard. So if you're not used to using it, this may be a little bit of a learning curve at first, but I'll try to make it as simple as I can. Our Blackboard course is not available at this point. It will be available sometime next week, certainly before the course starts. Okay. Our textbook, we do have one for the course. You do need to buy it. You can get it through our bookstores, or you can order it online at any number of different places. I got my last copy of it at Amazon, in fact, because I'd lent mine out to a student and I never got it back. It's Ramage, Bean, and Johnson, Writing Arguments, Concise, 7th edition. It's an older book. It's from 2016. So the only way you can find it is used. This is what it looks like. It's got a green cover. It's called the Concise 7th edition, and that's the one that you want to look for. Okay. There is a way to access the book for the first week of the course through a free service that's been made available by a group of textbook publishers as a result of the coronavirus outbreak. And so in this memo that I'll send you, you'll see a link to it. And once you're inside that link, you can follow the instructions, find the textbook by typing in the words Writing Arguments 7th edition, and it'll take you right to it. You're going to need to be able to use Microsoft Office for this course. All your papers are going to have to be submitted in a Word compatible format. And we make Microsoft Office for free available to you through your student email address. So one of the first things you're going to do is, if you're not already a Merrimack student, is to log into your email and then check the Outlook box and go to the Microsoft Office area. I'll probably make a short video of that and send it out to you. Okay. That's important because Google Docs and Blackboard do not always play well together. And I know many of you are probably dedicated Google Docs users, and I will just tell you that it's going to make your life more difficult if you keep using Google Docs all the way through this course. I'll be talking about some more of that later. That's kind of a secondary issue at this point. Let me go over the schedule real fast. A 3-week course means that every day of class is 1 week of a regular semester. Okay. Let me say that again. Every day of class is equal to 1 week of a regular semester. So if you're used to going to class for 3 hours, and then teachers always say 2 hours of work outside of class for every hour in class, that means 9 hours a day you're going to be devoting to this course on average. Okay. This is not a course that you can miss a day. It's not a course that you can go to the beach for a week and come back to it. This is a course that requires your total attention for the period of time that we have it. We have several assignments. We're going to start with a summary. We'll start with that on the first day. I'll talk a little bit about how the course works. I'll talk a little bit about how summaries are written. And then your summary is due the next day on the 20th, and you're going to be summarizing an academic journal article. The next thing you'll do is an annotated bibliography. And so on Wednesday of that week, we'll start with the process of learning how to use the library databases, how to use Google more efficiently, how to do searches for academic journal articles, for public opinion poll data, for all kinds of information. This is actually the most boring assignment in the course, my students tell me, but it's always the one that they come away saying, geez, I had no idea how much research I was able to do. And as you can see, that's due on Saturday, the 23rd. The following week, we have an assignment on the first day, on the Tuesday after Memorial Day, and that is rhetorical analysis. And I'll start talking about that on Friday. And that'll be due on Tuesday. I'm going to give that everybody the same assignment. It'll be a video. You'll have to do a rhetorical analysis of it in terms of its argumentative structure and the different techniques that it uses. And that'll be done as a discussion board project, so it won't be a full-up paper. Okay. Your first argument paper is due on Saturday, the 30th of May, and we'll spend the second week of the course learning how to write an argument paper. This argument paper will then be the basis of the next two assignments. The annotated bibliography assignment that is due on the 23rd is the research component, the initial research component for this argument paper. So the idea here is that each assignment, except for the rhetorical analysis assignment, is directly connected to another assignment. So that first argument paper is due on Saturday. And then what you're going to do with that paper is you're going to do two things. One, you're going to revise it to make it better. Very few people get it right the first time when they do this. And we're going to meet in conference to talk about that. You're also going to have to prepare a visual version of your argument, an infographic, a podcast, a video, a PowerPoint presentation. Post it to Blackboard and get some feedback. That's due on the 2nd of June. Wednesday and Thursday of that week, we talk in conference over your argument paper, and then you hand it in again on Friday, the 5th of June. And that's our last official class day. Okay. So as you can see, you've got a fair number of papers that are due. You've got a summary due the second day of class. You've got an annotated bibliography, 7 sources, 4 different kinds, and I'll explain all that later, due on Saturday. Tuesday of the next week, you have a rhetorical analysis post to make, and you have to comment on some student posts. And then the end of that week is when your first argument paper is due. So that's actually week 8. That's about the time that I have it done during the regular semester. And again, then you prepare a visual version of that. You get some feedback on that. You get feedback from me. You combine those two streams of feedback into a revised paper, what's called the Argument 2.0 version, and that's due on Friday, the 5th of June. Okay. The rest of this lists kind of what the assignments are, how long the papers are, what kinds of things to think about. And down here is the point values. Okay. The only thing that might change in this is that I might add either some more quizzes or a couple of exercises that would take the place of quizzes that have to do with audience analysis and making various choices for your argument paper. But I'm not sure. We'll just have to see how things go. So that's kind of how the course works. It's very fast. It's a lot of work. All I can tell you is I've taught this course face-to-face since 2002 in this 3-week period. I can tell you that over that period of time, almost everybody finishes the course. I might lose maybe 2 or 3 students in a semester at the most. And everybody usually ends up with an A or a B. I'd say at least 2/3 of the grades end up in that category. But that's because the students who decide to take this course and stick with it do all the work. I will tell you, this is the first time I've offered it in an online 3-week version. This was originally scheduled to be a face-to-face class and was converted to online as a result of the coronavirus. Okay. But I have taught English 102 online before. And in fact, I'm teaching it now online because of the coronavirus. But I've also taught it as a standalone online course. So I'm fairly confident that the course as it's laid out is going to work. But of course, a lot of that depends on how much time you're willing to invest into it and how much effort you want to make. I'm here to help you, but the course sometimes moves so fast that students find themselves getting a little bit behind and they're not quite sure how they're going to get caught up. And the only way to make sure that doesn't happen to you is to stay engaged with the course and to keep me informed if something goes wrong. So that's something I encourage you to do. At the top of this, document, I've listed my email address, my office phone, which forwards to my cell phone, and my cell phone number. And so you're welcome to contact me. Email is probably best. I'm still teaching right now. And so my time is not my own. But I'll do my best to get back with you as soon as I can. Uh, I'm not trying to sound like a hard ass here, but I just want to make sure that you understand what you're getting into when you take this course. I don't want you to think this is going to be something that is easy. It is virtually the same course that I teach during the academic year, and that's because even though it's a 3-week class, it still has to meet all of the student learning outcomes that any other second semester composition course does. Those of you who are taking this for transfer need to know that this is basically the same course that you would probably take at your home campus. That's the only way we can ensure that it's transferable, is to maintain the same standards that we do for our face-to-face classes, and also for the students who transfer, to make sure it maintains the same standards as their home campuses. So I'm looking forward to this. I think this is all doable. I've done it before for years in 3 weeks. I've just never quite done it online like this before. But I'm sure all of you are up to the challenge, and I'm sure that it's going to work out just fine. I will send you out another video and some links once we get the Blackboard site up. So thank you very much, and if you have any questions, don't forget to shoot me an email. I would be glad to reply.